Hi, I'm Elisabetta Franzoso, life coach, wellness coach, confidence coach, and I'm talking to you here from my place, Barcelona. And I am Italian, and I lived also 24 years in Asia, just to give you a little bit of background. So I'm not only a life coach, I'm also a counselor, and my passion is to guide clients in 4 directions. That's why I call my work coaching in 4 dimensions. So there is a physical dimension, the body, there is the intellectual dimension, the mental side, and there is the emotional dimension, the emotional side, and then there is also the outside, the relational dimension. So today I'm here to talk about the first of the dimension. We will have a series of talks on this topic, the body. And tonight, or today is night here, is almost night, it's 6 o'clock. I want to talk about the needs of our body, and specifically one need, that is eating. So the needs of our body are several. So one is food, one is, drinking. The third one is very important and too often forgotten, sleeping. Then there is moving, and then there is also the sexuality of your body, and that also will be an area we will look at carefully. I just finished to write a blog that I publish on my website, elisabettafranzoso.com, and if you want to go and read, the title is Let's Talk About Sex, Baby. And it is also being published on Thrive Global. So let's talk about the first need, the basic need of our body, eating. Well, I come myself from a challenging past. Since I was 14, I was bulimic, and I didn't know I was bulimic until at the age of 35, 6, I started to work on myself. I started to have therapy with a counsellor from New Zealand when I was living in Singapore, and slowly that habit of binging all the time got a name, bulimia. But I'm not here to talk about the bulimia. I'm here to talk about the fact that our body needs food, and bulimia, of course, being an eating disorder, asks you to eat more than what you need. And so you eat not because you need food, but you eat because you want to fill up some kind of space inside of us that is empty, and food can become a good way to fill it up. So why eating is so important in this time also of COVID? Because the way that we eat has an impact on our well-being, on our energy. And in this time of so much negativity and fear, we need to maintain our energy high, our spirit high. We need to smile, though we're wearing masks. And so if we cannot smile with our smile, if we cannot be seen by people because we wear a mask, we need to smile through the eyes. So good food, healthy food, and also healthy quantities of food is what help the body to maintain that energy. Also the kind of food we eat. In my case, for example, I know what are the food that can help me to maintain the energy high. I also know what kind of food I need because I do a lot of sport. And so each of us, of course, have a different need when it comes to food and to eat. And very important also is the way that we eat. I always say that the what is important, but the way is more important. When I was in India years ago to study yoga, I lived in an ashram. And in an ashram, they make you eat in silence. So it's not about going out, having dinner or lunch with people, or even at home now because we cannot go out, and having all the time this chat ongoing. And if it is not with people, it is maybe with WhatsApp next to us. So we have to be very careful, because eating in silence, not all the time, but sometimes is very useful. Why? Because when we eat in silence, we can feel the taste, we can feel the body, and we can sense if the body is really close to be full up. There was a trainer, Master Dane, in Singapore that I hired when I was preparing the marathon in New York in 2003, and he told me that it's very important not to eat when you feel like you're almost full. So you have to stop eating at that point, but in order to stop, we need to feel the body. And there was another important figure in my life, an Ayurveda doctor that was in Singapore as well, that told me that it's not about eating 3 times a day because we have this fixed time, but we need to eat when we are hungry. And that means that if I'm not hungry at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, I can eat at 4 o'clock. And if I'm hungry at 11 o'clock, I can also start having my pasta at 11 o'clock. If I'm not hungry when I get up in the morning, I learned that I cannot go out and do sport with my stomach that is empty. So maybe I'm not hungry, so I just take, a protein drink or, a piece of fruit. I don't have this huge or big or substantial breakfast if, the sense of hunger is not there. I respect my body, I respect my need. And also it's very important that we understand that it's much better to have a bigger breakfast in the morning and a good, amount of food at lunchtime, but evening time we should or have the time, the English time, that means eating at 5 or 6, so we have the time to digest, or it's about eating maybe 8 o'clock or also 10 o'clock like they do here in Spain. But again, respecting the fact that digestion is a complex mechanism and dynamic, and it requires a lot of energy, so it's better to not eat too much when it comes too late in the evening. So also making sure that our diet is healthy in the night. Another thing that the body needs in terms of maintaining our energy is complementing what we eat with vitamins, with minerals that might lack in our daily diet, and so make sure that also that need that is part of the way that we feed our body is respected. So when I coach people in the 4 dimension, and I always ask them, let me have a scan of what is the way that you eat. And then of course I'm not a nutritionist, though I know about nutrition, and in case there is an eating disorder, like the one that we were talking before, bulimia, anorexia, or even a way of eating that is not in balance, I normally refer clients to nutritionists, and I have my team also of professionals that cooperate together with me. Then people, of course, are always free to have their own nutritionist or to choose themselves, because for me what is important is really maintaining and giving personal freedom for people to choose. My way is only to be a guide. I am a guide. So what is a coach? Is a guide. What is a counselor? It's someone that listens very much and help you to bring up, what is the unconscious to conscious. And a coach is more someone that through questioning also facilitate, the gathering of the awareness, and then eventually help you to make a plan or to, strategize what is the way to carry on in the future if you want to become more healthy physically, intellectually, emotionally, and relationally. So next time we will talk more about the body. Know that you will find this video on Facebook, also on Instagram, and on YouTube. On YouTube, you just need to type Elisabetta Franzoso, Get Into Your Groove, because Get Into Your Groove is also the title of the book that I published, Stella's Mind Gets Her Groove Back in 2008 in Singapore. I don't have it here, so I cannot show it to you, but I'll show you next time. And in that book, I talk also about my story, that is the one of someone who suffered bulimia. And so if anybody wants to know more about this kind of disorder, please feel free to get in touch because you know, I know what it was, and I know what it is now to be healthy. Life is completely different now. So wishing you a good evening. I released this video also in Italian on Facebook, my page Elisabetta Franzoso, and if you want to watch it in Italian, it's there. And hopefully one day I will also do videos, shoot videos in Spanish, but still for the moment I remain with English and Italian. Thank you so much for following me, and have a nice evening. Ciao. Bye.